Hi, and thanks for joining us here at Rose Quartz Mediumship for this tarot and oracle reading in the month of November. The point of this is to give us a little bit of insight into what we can expect as we move through the month of November. I'm going to pull a card out of the Moonology deck. I'm going to pull some cards out of the Light Seer Tarot deck. And then a card out of the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. I hope that you had a beautiful month of October, and I'm excited to see, we got a pile coming out. I'm a huge believer that when cards fall out, that they're meant to be out. So we're going to get a couple Moonology cards this month. Looking like a fun month already. I love the transition into November because it tends to bring us into a really introspective place in our reality, and it's a really neat month filled with gratitude for many people. And so the combination of being introspective and full of gratitude can create some really neat shifts in your reality. I will say that we had a kind of pile of cards jump out in the very beginning, and as I was pulling out this deck, the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, I was feeling a message coming through around the fact that in the beginning of the month of November, we may find that things feel very fast and very quick, and maybe like we have more on our plate than we want in the beginning of the month. And it may really slow down because as I was shuffling the cards for the Light Seer Tarot deck, we didn't have that same jumping out energy, that kind of like intense and hard and quick energy that we saw in the first deck. So it's just kind of feeling the message that we may find the month of November where the beginning of the month might feel pretty intense for us. It might feel like there's a lot going on. Right. So let's see what we've got here. So for the Moonology deck, we had a couple in the reverse position. It's a time to give rather than take, and that was in the reverse position. And this speaks to the message that I was talking about earlier about how the month of November is oftentimes filled with a lot of gratitude for people. So when we are really focusing on giving rather than taking, it tends to put us in this really beautiful vibration with a really gorgeous amount of gratitude. And so this may be something that you want to focus on as you move through the month of November. It was in the reverse position. So to me, the message is don't forget about doing that. Then we have, again in the reverse position, a win-win outcome is forecasted. And immediately when I'm feeling into this card, I very much feel that we may be sitting in a kind of fear-based place or a pessimistic place around some sort of big shift that's happening in our reality, or a shift that we want to be coming through our reality. And this is a reminder to stay positive, that a win-win outcome is forecasted. But if our fear blocks us, we may not get to experience it the same way. I feel like this all kind of goes together. So I do think that people are probably going to experience some big shifts in the month of November. We've got step outside your comfort zone, and it's a time to take action, both in the upright position. So that, along with a win-win outcome is forecasted, and it's a time to give rather than take, to me says that there's some big shifts probably happening for us in the month of November. And when we kind of energetically align with things that we want to come into our reality, experiences, people, places, at a specific vibration level, when we align with that vibration level to bring those things into our reality, oftentimes it requires some level of action. We need to take action towards aligning at that vibration level. So whatever shift it is that you are going through in the month of November, I hope that you align with the energy, but also that you take some action towards it. Take some active steps towards the dreams that you have in your reality in the month of November. Okay, so going along with that kind of theory, we have an idea in our head here in the month of November. There's something that we have been really thinking about, that we're wanting to take action on. It's a new concept, a new idea. It's something that we've been kind of working on or working towards in our mind. And there's a big nudge to move it forward into action. So if you have a dream that has been rattling around in that beautiful mind of yours and that beautiful heart of yours, this may be the month that you want to take some steps towards it. That you want to take some steps towards creating that as your reality. There may be something that we are overlooking, and to me this feels very connected to this dream that we're working towards or on. So don't overlook things. The universe is so beautiful in the way that the universe will try and serve us things. Will try and give us nudges, will try and point us in specific directions. And there's a reminder to not overlook things, not overlook parts that the universe are trying to point out to us, not overlook places and experiences and things that are kind of coming into our reality and popping. So really try in the month of November to be aware of what the universe is trying to show you. This is a time in the month of November where we need to be open to learning. There's a big nudge to open yourself to learning. That could be taking a course. That could be taking a class. That could be listening to a podcast or reading a book or engaging with a community, being in a dialogue group, being in a discussion group. Find ways to open yourself up to new learning, to new ways of seeing things, to different ways of viewing the world, and see what an impact that can have on your reality. And then the moon in the reverse position, I very much feel this message of as we move into the month of November and into December, we get very introspective. We get very quiet. It's a time where we tend to go inwards. And this is the reminder to not fight that there might be a lot going on, in particular in the beginning of the month for us in November. And there's just an encouragement to carve out time for yourself, whether that's journaling, whether that's a bath, whether that is yoga or meditation, whether that's a retreat that you've always wanted to go on, whether that is taking time to listen to a podcast or read a book or do some artwork. Take the time, make the time to be introspective, to create the space that you need to feel your feelings, process whatever it is that you have going on in your reality, and be really present with yourself. And then the shadow card is the devil. So in the month of November, we may see a little nudge from overdrinking or substances or gambling or sex or some form of an addiction. And the reminder is to have really, really beautiful boundaries around those things. And for you to recognize when you're at risk to be engaging with energy that you don't want to be engaging with. It's a pattern that you don't want to start again, or a pattern that you don't want to step into. And that there may be the risk in the month of November. So our shadow card is to remind us to have really beautiful boundaries around any of those things that we don't want to be engaging with. And then I will read you the card. The card that we got this time is Magic 33. I love this card so much. The magic card is really, really beautiful, and the message is beautiful, and I'm excited for us to be having this in the month of November. So the essence. This symbol represents the infinite intelligence of Great Spirit that makes up the fundamental fabric of the universe. We experience the evidence of this magic through synchronicities or meaningful coincidences. The invitation. When magic appears, you're invited to see the world through the eyes of wonder and awe, taking on the innocence of a child who knows that all things are possible. Infinite potential exists in the great mind, and you are being invited to call it in and recognize the dance of synchronistic events, signs, symbols, and omens given to you through the oracle of the ordinary world. This is a sign that Spirit is reminding you that you co-create your world in sacred partnership. Your part is to dream, to intend, and to watch for the signs that show you what next action to take. I love this because it's right along with what the rest of the reading for November has been. Right now, it appears that you are on the right track to make your dreams come true. Great Spirit is listening and acting on your behalf. Pay attention. Magic gives birth to miracles. The medicine. Have you forgotten that you live in a world that is infused with magic? Perhaps you've become cynical and think that you have to create your life all by yourself with no help from others. It's time to remember your relationship to Source. For you are a part of the story of the world, a living spark of spirit living on earth for this short time as its missionary of light. If you look back over your life, you will find many instances in which your actions alone were not the cause of out-of-the-blue coincidence that led you to a new relationship, a job, or other important moments on your journey. So how do you stay in this awareness? The answer is simple. If you can be a little child and cultivate that wondrous curiosity, you will see magic again and be amazed. Remember, magic is real and is everything. I think that's such a beautiful, beautiful message, and it goes right along with everything that we have been talking about in the month of November, that we have a dream that is trying to come into our reality, and that the universe and Source and God and angels are going to support us with that transition, with bringing that dream from our mind into our reality. And that inviting play and inviting curiosity and being in that childlike energy is so incredibly impactful when we're trying to manifest or when we're trying to align with a specific form of vibration, specific level of vibration, specific frequency. I hope that you really take some time to enjoy friends and family in the month of November. And I hope that you allow yourself to dream as big as you can possibly dream and imagine a life that is exactly what you want to be living. Thank you for joining us here at Rose Quartz Mediumship.